Welcome to NFL Game Day Pick'em. We start with two really good defenses facing off in Baltimore. Cynthia, Broncos, Ravens. Who do you have in this one?
After running 160,000 simulations, that's 10,000 for each game, my model projects the Ravens to take this one 26-20. You know why, Dan?
Tell me.
Defensive pressures.
Oh, this is going to be explosive. Falcons favored by 3. We know the storyline here, TD. It's all about the quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Drew Brees. The 20th time they have met. Who's going to have a better game on Sunday?
I'm going to go with Matt Ryan in this one, man. And the reason I'm going with Matt Ryan is because, listen, they figured out this whole red zone issue we've been talking about since last year. It finally got corrected. Tevin Coleman had a really good game, which is going to help Matt Ryan out. And lastly, Drew Brees just hasn't looked like Drew Brees lately. So for those reasons, I'm going with Matt Ryan in this one to have a better game.
Falcons did a really nice job on Cam and the Panthers last week. What are they going to be able to do against Alvin Kamara?
Well, they were already missing pieces in the middle of their defense, and then now you add Takk McKinley to the injury report.
Yep.
That's a big loss in terms of pressures. You know what this means? That means Alvin Kamara. He's going to eat. Number one running back in all of fantasy for me.
Okay, all right. Vol for life, VFL. We love Alvin Kamara. Although I'm going to pick the Falcons, and I'll tell you why. Tevin Coleman has been a monster when filling in for Devontae Freeman. They average over 32 points per game without Freeman, and this defense for the Saints giving up 33.
Yeah, you know who has the worst run game in the NFL? It's the Saints. Until Mark Ingram comes back, I just don't really feel comfortable trusting the Saints offense. I'm taking the Falcons.
All right, I'm taking the Falcons as well. Did you see their offensive line last week? Matt Ryan didn't.
I think that Saints defense gets back on track. They started slow last season. We're going to see them pick it up in this one. Let's go Saints.
All right.
Sole survivor there. All right, let's go on to Washington, where the Redskins host Aaron Rodgers and the Pack. Green Bay tying the Vikings last week. It was hard to watch. 29-29. Meanwhile, the Redskins took one on the chin at home last week, losing to the Colts 21-9. The Packers favored by 3. TD in this one. The Pack allowed more than 400 yards of offense. Do you expect them to do that to the Redskins offense? Are they able to bounce back? They only scored 9 points last week.
You know what? I'm going to go no on this one, man. You know, Alex Smith is kind of who he is, right? He's a very, very conservative quarterback.
Sure. Yeah.
Likes to dink and dunk the ball. And listen, they don't have any explosive playmakers. That running game will start off really well. Is not good right now.
Chris Thompson?
Like I said, they have no explosive playmakers right now.
All right, the Redskins defense, tough task this week against Aaron Rodgers. Can they do it?
Yeah, so the Redskins defense is number 4 in blitz percentage, which is a big deal considering the Green Bay O-line has already allowed 6 sacks on Aaron Rodgers, who we know isn't 100% healthy to begin with. So I do think the advantage for the defense here over the O-line and the ability to pressure Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so what's your pick in this one?
Yeah, so all of that, and I'm actually going to go with Packers 26, Redskins 24.
All right, how about you,
All right,
TD?
I'm going with the Packers as well. I mean, listen, I know we keep talking about Aaron Rodgers and whether he's healthy, unhealthy. That man's behind center. He is the difference maker in this game. Give me the Packers.
I'm going to talk about another Aaron Jones. He is back from suspension. Take a little pressure off of Aaron Rodgers. Give the ball to Aaron Jones. I say the Packers are going to win.
I'm going to talk about the number 9. The Redskins put up 9 points against the Colts last week. Listen, I'm a Redskins fan.
Yes, he is.
I'm picking the Packers.
Ooh,
that means they're going to win. The Packers are going to win.
You know the way it works, right? 2 teams going in opposite directions in South Florida this weekend. The Dolphins, a surprising 2-0 after beating the Jets last week. Meanwhile, the Raiders come into town 0-2 after dropping a heartbreaker in Denver. Dolphins are favored by 3. TD, a key to a Raiders win is what?
Is Derek Carr being consistent. The first 2 games, Derek Carr's number in the first half, 88.4 completion percentage. And the second half, it drops to 69%. He's got to stay consistent throughout the entire game. If he does that, they had a chance to win.
Ryan Tannehill, Cynthia, have been pretty solid so far this season. Top 10 in terms of passer rating. What do you expect to see from Ryan Tannehill in this game?
Well, something I didn't expect to see, but we have seen, is Ryan Tannehill executing what? An RPO offense?
It can be done.
You can teach an old dog new tricks. Apparently, this is one way to keep him out of 3rd and long, which is a down where he's historically been under pressure and not performed super well. I think that's a really interesting fold to this offense.
Ryan Tannehill, of course, coming off a knee injury. People didn't expect to see him running a lot, but he is a former wide receiver. Tannehill, the reason I'm picking the Dolphins. All he does is win. Tannehill 9-1 in his last 10 starts.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well. Kenyon Drake on the ground. This is a tired Raiders defense, back-to-back road games. I'm going with the Dolphins.
I agree with you on this one, Aaron. I'm going with the Dolphins as well. The Raiders' rush defense, they're second to last, only behind the Lions. Give me the Dolphins to win this one.
Well, I'm going Dolphins 25, Raiders 21. I think that's a higher score than most people are expecting. And this one could go even more in favor of the Dolphins. I think that run game is the absolute key to that.
It's been a long time since John Gruden's seen a W in the NFL. All right, more game picks in just a bit. Let's talk individual performances in more or less. First up, Patrick Mahomes. Will he throw more or less than 3 touchdowns against the Niners? TD, let's start with you.
Yeah, let's go more here. Listen, man, he's got so many weapons, and the way he throws the ball, the push passes, the screens, everything he's doing out there. Give me more than 3 touchdowns this week.
I'm piggybacking off of you on the more. We agree on this one. And part of that is because Reuben Foster is back for the San Francisco defense, which means the run game opportunity is going to be lower, which means you got to pass touchdowns more.
Absolutely.
Let's stay in Kansas City, if that's all right with you guys. Kareem Hunt, more or less than 105 scrimmage yards against the 49ers. TD, he's averaging 64.5 per game this season.
Well, there you go. I'm going low. I'm going less here because there's so many other options they have for big plays and guys who get chunk plays. And listen, he's not the main character there, so give me less in this game.
I told you I like the short passes. I like the passes of all types. And when you have this much offense, you're going to go with Kareem Hunt. He's got to have his share of it. Yeah. I think it's more than 105 scrimmage yards. He didn't say rush.
Not enough footballs to go around. Not enough footballs to go around.
The Chiefs are
certainly more than
averaging 430 yards through the air. Finally, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, they combined for more or less than 5 TDs. TD, take it away.
Their averages since they played each other 3.5 touchdowns per game. But I'm going to go more in this game. Yes, right.
I saw that calculator out.
Yes, because I like these two guys, and when they do play, it is a battle, and it will be a barn burner here. So give me more than 5.
I'm with you on the more, and I think we could see maybe 6 touchdowns, which is definitely more than 5 touchdowns. I already told you my final score, 25-24, so you've seen 6 touchdowns already there.
I'm going 5.5.
Carson Wentz is back, taking on the Colts. A look at his incredible numbers from the 2017 season before going down with that knee injury. Passing TDs were first, 101.9 passer rating through 14 weeks. He was certainly a front runner for MVP. So now he is back. The Eagles favored by 6. TD, do you expect Wentz to be rusty against the Colts?
I do expect him to be rusty. Okay. I mean, listen, Carson Wentz hasn't played since last year, and all the quarterbacks we've seen that's come back to play that hadn't played for a long time, Andrew Luck, you look at Deshaun Watson, they were all rusty. He will be rusty during this game. Whether he comes out of this in the 3rd or 4th quarter remains to be seen, but he definitely will be rusty.
If there's a defense to be rusty against, maybe the Colts might be good. But Cynthia, I want to ask you, are you worried about the Eagles' defense against the Luck-Ty combo?
So last week, we saw the Eagles give up not 1, but 2 over 70-yard deep passing touchdowns. That doesn't happen very often overall, but it definitely doesn't happen to Jim Schwartz defenses, at least not for long. I think we see them shore that up this week.
How about a pick?
Well, yeah, obviously. I have the Eagles 28, Colts 19. That's big.
That's monstrous in your
Carson
model.
Wentz, they're not going to be able to account for all of the different things he can do. He can run, he can pass deep, he can pass to everyone.
Totally agree. No Ajayi, no Sproles, no problem. King Carson is back. Give him a quarter, and I think we're going to see the Carson Wentz that we're used to seeing. TD?
Wow, that was a huge one right there. But I'm going with the Eagles in this one for one reason only. Their defense, their run defense is very good right now. They're going to limit that Colts rushing offense. We're just going to have Andrew Luck put the ball in the air. We're just going to have some turnovers involved in that. So give me the Eagles to win this game.
I trust Andrew Luck. I do not trust the Colts defense. And that alone is going to give me a reason why I'm going to pick the Eagles in this one. And speaking of the Eagles, people, they were upset by the Bucks. And guess who called it?
Who?
TD, my man.
Call it out.
Talk upsets
Call it out.
in On the Hook presented by Bass Pro
Look at number 30.
There you
Who
go.
is On the Hook for an upset win in this week? TD, I'm
Yes,
assuming.
indeed. You see the video right there. I'm going with my beloved Denver Broncos to pull off the upset of the Baltimore Ravens here. Case Keenum, his interceptions have gone down week to week. None in this game. And that running game for the Broncos will dominate. Give me the Broncos in the upset fashion to win this thing.
Look for the Broncos to stay undefeated. Be sure, people at home, to check out Game Day Morning this Sunday as Kurt Warner goes one-on-one with Seahawks QB Russell Wilson. Start your Sunday with Rich and the Gang, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, only on NFL Network. Dan.
Speaking of Russell Wilson, his Seahawks host the Cowboys this week. Seahawks a 1-point favorite this weekend, Cynthia. How much, though, do you see Sean Lee's status affecting this game?
Sean Lee's status is a big, huge, monstrous driver of who wins this game. It's very loud in Seattle. It's very difficult to defend all the different ways Russell Wilson will attack you, but Sean Lee will be the difference maker in this one.
Russell Wilson has absolutely been running for his life this season. Sacked an NFL high 12 times through 2 games. TD, what's the remedy for this situation, dude?
They got to go to a quicker passing game, get the ball out of his hands, maybe have some backs or tight ends chip. They have some other protections. And they got to have, just guys making plays. Receivers, they have to get open. They do all those 3 things, and they would certainly get Russell Wilson to decrease his sack total right now.
Okay, so it's pick time. Does all that mean that the Seahawks are going to win?
Ooh, for me, I'm going with the no here. I'm going with these Dallas Cowboys to win this game. I like what I saw with the Cowboys last week against the Giants. Just this kind of rough and just rugged kind of mentality. Just kind of playing this little small ball. They'll do the same thing in Seattle and come out with a win.
Do you remember the last time that Pete Carroll lost in Seattle in September?
No.
Because it's never happened. So I'm going with the Seahawks on this one. Dan.
This is a very different Seahawks team.
Yes,
I know that.
And I'm just saying the Cowboys going to run roughshod all over this young, reworked defense. I'm going with the boys.
Okay, so I'm with you, assuming Sean Lee's in. So 23-20, that's with Sean Lee in the model. You have to tune into Game Day Morning to see if it changes if he doesn't play.
What a professional, a television professional. We call that a tease. Then, Cynthia, you calculate using your mental acumen to predict the outcomes, and I'm not quite sure how Dave Dameshek does it, but we're going to give him 60 seconds to try and find out, starting with the Broncos and the Ravens in the Charm City.
Dameshek here. The game might be in Baltimore this time, but Joe Flacco will throw one of his still infamous to Broncos fans mile-high bombs.
And the miracle is answered!
This time, though, it won't be Jacoby Jones on the receiving end. It'll be Smokey Brown.
Caught John Brown!
In the latest teacher-student meeting for Bill Belichick and his still fruitless coaching tree, come on, Matt Patricia's QB Matthew Stafford will throw at least 2 touchdowns, while their debate continues over whether it's better to be a Matt or a Matthew. If that's the name you get, I don't know that really either option's very cool. Either way, the Coliseum will be lousy with blue and gold as the battle for LA provides a preview of my preseason Super Bowl 53 matchup. But to the here and now, look for Aaron Donald and his pals to sack Old Man Rivers at least 4 times in a Rams double-digit victory.
Golly, crap.
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Antonio Brown, he will be wearing black and gold in the Tampa St. Pete area on Monday night.
But the drama continues here in the Steel City.
And he'll even catch a touchdown pass from his old pal, Big Ben Roethlisberger. And I will talk to you next week.
Ooh, yes, you will. All right, let's get some quick picks from Cynthia. Let's start with the Patriots and Lions.
I have Patriots 29, Lions 21. One of the most predictive things you can have is a great run game versus a bad run defense. That's what we have here in a lower scoring game than most people may think.
Stafford 5-13 in primetime games. How about Bengals taking on the Panthers?
I have the Panthers 24-20. It's all about Christian McCaffrey and Cam Newton. I think Christian McCaffrey has a monstrous game in this one. I think the Panthers come out on top.
Looking forward to this one. It is the battle for LA Rams and Chargers, Cynthia.
Rams 26, Chargers 21. That's a 5-point victory for the Rams because of Todd Gurley and his efficiency. They'll rely on it.
How about a look at the winless teams this season? Each and every one of these teams need to get it going in a hurry, and there is a battle between 2 winless teams, Giants and Texans. Houston is favored by 6. I'm going Giants in this one, TD, because I just feel like the big play is going to come for them. You have Odell Beckham Jr., who didn't do much last week. That's going to change.
That's going to change?
That's going to change.
All right, man. I'm going with the G-Man in this one, too. Psych, I'm going with the Houston Texans. And the reason I'm going with them is because the Giants' offensive line, they're not very good right now. They can't open holes for my man Saquon Barkley. Eli Manning is running for his life. So give me the Houston Texans to knock off the G-Men.
You guys said Psych.
Yeah,
You said Psych in San Diego, too, Aaron.
I am going with the Texans. J.D. Clowney, a full participant at practice today. That means Eli Manning will continue to run for his life until they fix those O-line issues. I do not trust the G-Men. Cynthia.
I have Texans 25, Giants 20. In this one, it all comes down to keeping Deshaun Watson out of pressure's way.
Yeah.
And the G-Men have shown that they haven't really done that this season so far.
It is time, though, to do a really fun segment that I enjoy. Let's just find out how confident Cynthia is with some of her picks in a segment we like to call Pick 6.
It's our favorite.
6 games, 6 points being the one you are most confident, 1 being your least. Let's start with Steelers at the Buccaneers. This is a real game now, people.
Listen, we said we were only talking about Sunday games. This is a Monday game, and we're going to see the Steelers come out on top by 1 point per my model, but it's the least confident one that I have.
Yeah, you never know. We got Fitzmagic. Which one
That's
are we
right.
going to see?
Yeah, 140 passer rating forever. Yeah.
Bears, Cardinals.
This one's a lot more certain, like a 5 more certain. Hello, Khalil Mack. Welcome to, Arizona, and we'll see maybe Josh Rosen.
Yeah, I think Bradford has a 55.6 passer rating. Get excited about that. Broncos, Ravens.
Defensive pressures. We told you this one at the top of the show. This one's quite confident. It's a 4 in my model.
TD, I hope you're not listening.
Sorry, TD. Not sorry.
The Saints
Not
taking
sorry.
on the Falcons. The Saints,
I might be the only. I might be
Getting
the
their
only
first
one.
win.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not super confident. It's just a 2, but I'm the only one taking it. That's what I'm going.
NFC South showdown. The Packers and Redskins. The Redskins coming off an L. The Packers coming off a tie.
Set a 2-point win in this one. It gets the number 3 slot in my model.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers still has a bum knee. 49ers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, okay, let's.
How many
circle this
times?
a lot.
You really
A
like
lot.
circling
I
things.
really like circling it. And we're going to put a star here for the 6. This one's the most confident. Chiefs at home.
Here is your recap. Of course, the Chiefs beating the Niners is your most confident per Cynthia's great drawing, by the way. You're not sure about the Bucks. Fitzmagic. We could see Fitztragic. The Steelers looking for their first W. TD, I want to ask you a question. Who is your lock of the week?
My lock of the week, the New England Patriots right here. Yeah, you heard that stat, Dan. 11-4 Belichick is against his former assistant. You heard
Yes,
about
sir.
that, right? And you know the Detroit's defense are pretty lousy against the run?
Terrible.
Okay. Terrible. Good. Okay, so I'm going again. Give me those New England Patriots to defeat the Detroit Lions in this one. It is a lock.
Back to NFL Game Day Pick. I'm going to look at some of our picks so far. How about this next page? It's kind of crazy. This is these are our confident picks, right?
Yes.
Bears, Texans, Pats, and Rams.
Change that up.